thoughts about this, and I'm not so sure because it feels as if this whole idea is kind of like at this moment it's like half-assed. So we'll just drop and wait a few minutes and see if more people drops in because as usual I didn't have time to plan this, but I knew I wanted to talk about this stuff right here, the Hacktober thing. The Hacktober thing. I need to talk about this. What's up, Mike? Hello. We need to talk about this, everyone. All right. We really need to talk about this because this thing has actually been it's been stressing me out. It's been stressing me out because I'm the kind of person that do not like it whenever I have something looming over me. And I don't know all the details, which is why my videos are the way they are. I try not to do things half-assed because I care about you. And if we are supposed to be doing something like this, if we're doing something like this, Hacktober thing, whatever, I haven't decided upon the name yet, which is why I never threw up that post where you got to vote. I didn't do that because I wasn't sure. I feel like I need to know more about what this thing is supposed to be because I can't figure it out what it's supposed to be actually. I can't figure out what this festival thing is supposed to be, which is why I needed to Hackstock. I need you to talk to me about what you would expect from something like that, because I really want more people involved, because there is no way that I have time to do this by myself. I said that in the last live stream, and yeah, as you can see, I'm in the living room again because I can't use the space in there. I was able to finish a video today, first time in 2 weeks. It's not that often that I actually have these spaces in between videos, but I've been working on something else, and yeah, it feels good to be able to put up a new video on my main channel. But right now I really want to talk about Hacktober, or whatever you want to call it, Hackish Hack. I don't really care about what we call it right now. I just need to know what it's supposed to be. What is it supposed to be? What is an online festival for you guys? Because me personally, I never have time to join in on online festivals or anything like that. I really don't have time for it because I'm always sitting down working with videos in one way or another. So I'm not that well versed. I'm not that, what do you call it? I'm not I don't have too much information on what goes on. Like, I've seen a little bit of Clownfest, but mostly that's been like people doing performances, right? So what is this? Is this festival supposed to be just a string of performances? Is this festival supposed to be like a forum? Is it supposed to be like lectures? What do you want from this? Because October is coming really quickly, and Hacktober is gonna turn into Hackvember, and then Hacksember if we don't figure something out quickly. And I need to like write this down. Whatever you tell me, I need to write this down so we can decide on what it actually is before we decide on the name. Me personally, I want to see people do live performances, but I know how hard that is to get together with people. A forum with lectures. Okay, so someone says lecture. Someone wants lectures during Hacktober. Lectures about what? About what specifically? Because, I mean, there's a bunch of areas we can do lectures about. Of course, it's mobile music making. That makes sense, right? I mean, that's what we're doing. But where did I put my vape now again? Oh, crap. One of the benefits of actually working from home is that you get to do whatever you want, I almost said. Okay, so I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down right now. lectures. Someone said lectures. I'm calling it, the project name right now is Hacktober. So I haven't decided for that, and I really want the community to decide. But before I know exactly what it is we're supposed to do with this whole thing, I'm holding off on the voting. Hacktober, because I don't think that I should select it in the end. That's not right. Comparisons. Okay, so I'm writing this under ideas, and I'll post this on Twitter and stuff. This I will post, whatever we think is a good idea for this, so that we can discuss it further. So under ideas, lectures, and I'm also, what was it you said there? Can I bring up the chat? There we go. I want the live chat. Give me the live chat. Show me the live chat. There we go. All right. It's been stressing me out not knowing exactly what this is. Like, I've been having it sounds ridiculous, but I've been having a hard time sleeping, and I think that's down to my personality. I just, whenever I don't know something, I feel very, very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, which is why I spend most of my time not spending time with people, but with machines and manuals and things like that. All right, that could be a thing. Let's see here. Let me write that up. Okay. You know what? It would be easier if I got my second iPad here. This way I don't have to actually stretch over there. I just want to be able to see there we go. Let me bring down the music. We don't need the music right now. Like that. Feels better. There we go. I can see the entire chat, and this feels much better. There's so many good things here. All right, discussion panels. That's interesting. Discussion panels. What would be the easiest way to do discussion panels? It would be nice if we could use this one service for most of it, making it easier that way. I mean, if we have two people sitting and talking about something, it's so easy to do with StreamYard, for instance. But if there's supposed to be like a discussion panel, then, I've been using like Google Hangout. No, that's not even a thing anymore, is it? What do we use? Like, what do we use for this? Like, there's too many things. Okay, so Zoom. Zoom is one way, but how secure is Zoom? I mean, it only takes one person posting the invite link. How secure can we make it? Because I've been giggling my head off watching some people, actually crash Zoom meetings, and I don't want that to happen. But that's always, a thing that could happen. I know that. But is there any services where we can give out links or codes to people that we can trust? Zoom works. Twitch, I know way too little about Twitch to even try something like that. Discord is one way, I know. Karmatos, Discord. Maybe theme each week. No, this cannot be a weekly thing, Karmatos. It cannot be a weekly thing. Like, this is something that, I have to plan for weeks in ahead. To have time. If I do this weekly, then my output on my main channel will drop down like considerably. I'll probably having to stop making videos. So that's not gonna happen. It's gonna be like this one thing in a month, and that's why I want it to be something special whenever we do that, something big. So I can't, because I barely have time now to even answer emails anymore. So it has to be like this one thing, which is why it's cool if it could be like an October thing. I like October. It's a good month for things like this. God, there's so many good things here. I need to write all of this down. I don't want to miss any of it. Discussion panels. Discussion panels about what? About what exactly? Discussion panels. We look at Zoom for that. Zoom. I think Zoom could be really good for it though. Let's see here. I don't want to miss anything else. Basic how to start and manage projects. How to start and manage projects in general. Let's see here. Lectures. How to manage projects. What kind of speakers would you like to see on this? Like, what people do you want to see? Like, bring me all of it. I'm gonna have to fine comb the chat here. Baby, can you bring me a glass of water? I forgot to bring that. And I've already been leaving this chair 2 times. Oh, thanks, baby. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. She's like a little troll. She just pops up from nowhere. Sharing original music. Doesn't have to be prizes. Oh, that's right. Contests and stuff. That would be cool if I could get some sponsors on here. Just showcase users' work. Users' work. Okay, now here is something. I have been listening a lot to your music, and some of it is so extremely well produced. I want to showcase it. So that's a segment I have decided I want to do. It's basically me just playing your good shit. So it's called I'm Playing Your Good Shit. I don't know what you think about that name, but yeah, it works for me. I'm playing your good shit. It could be like half an hour or something like that. I'm just playing music that I found that I like, that it's yours. You don't think contests are appropriate? Mike, why are yeah, okay. The problem with contests are that you need some time to prepare, you need to do them, and then you need to judge them, and then, you know, you need to be able to review work. It might not be a good thing, and I've already planned for contests on my main channel, so I think I might not want to do them. But to have some giveaways for something simple, you know, it could be like a small contest. You send out a question, and the first person that answers it win a code or something. That is something I think we can do. It's manageable. Let's say we get 5 codes for this app, 5 codes for that app. Of course, I will be giving away codes for Agonizer. I think that Kai would be okay with that if some of you viewers who follow me don't have that yet, which I almost doubt it. But of course, not everybody likes Agonizer. But you know, if you get it for free, it's always good. Jitsi meat. Peter Prism, what is a jitsi meat? It sounds like is that like martial arts? Is that like martial arts? What? Musicists, iOS app synth developers. Oh, it would be awesome to have, yeah, developer interviews for that. Interviews, those are interesting, right? Like they don't have to be long. Half an hour is the best, simplest thing. Interviews. Aquino says, "Ha! I don't know why, but that's good. People have to lose. I don't want to lose." Andy, Andy, I get it. I get it. I don't like losing either, but that's the way of life. We lose some, we win some. Steal your workflow. Listening party interview with Kai. Yeah, Kai would love to do an interview again. I think he after I did the first interview with him, you know, after we released Agonizer, he said that he wanted to do it again. He had a lot of fun talking to you, okay? So he really liked that. I'm sure he would be up for it. I would love a music video show with Jakob. A music video show. What would that be? do you mean like me talking about how to make it, or do you talk about me trying to do a live music video show? You have to be specific. You have to be specific. Give me some details. Why aren't you at Superbooth? First of all, I don't. I'm not gonna travel anywhere unless I necessarily need to. Secondly, I don't have a budget for something like that. I don't. If I had a budget to travel around the world and do stuff, right now it feels like I don't want to do that. Okay, even though people are getting vaccinated and stuff, I just feel like I don't want to do that. I don't feel like I want to take it that far. But there are places in Sweden where I would like to go, but I just don't have a budget for going somewhere. Some places I want to go to, I would have to spend overnight. And to pay for like a bed and breakfast kind of thing, like the Swedish equivalent of it, it's too much money for me. I can't. Sure, I'm getting more sponsors, but it's not enough for me to really indulge in doing things like that. So that's why I'm not at Superbooth right now. Uh, for your information, by the way, I've never been at Superbooth. I've never been at NAM. I've never been at any of these things. I've been at a Swedish equivalent of it one time, but no more. I just don't get out that much when it comes to messes and things. And money is not just the only thing. I don't like spending time around people. A lot of people, like big collections of people. I don't. It's the most uncomfortable thing for me there is. And so I avoid it if I can. And I always use the best excuse I have is that my videos actually do take time to make. And so, yeah, it's the best excuse ever, which is dangerous, You don't get out much when you have good excuses. What is on your iPad today? New tricks. New tricks. You're the type of guy I would love to have on the show to talk. What's on your iPad? Would you do that segment with me live during whatever this thing is going to be called when we do it? Hopefully in October, because that would be great. Jacob could make the sample we use. Oh yeah, sample flips. I already have a contest upcoming. I've been planning it for. Actually, it's been going on for years now, but it's finally gonna happen soon. I keep saying that, but I do have that. So keep an eye out on my main channel. I will be announcing something in the near future. Not this week, probably not next week, but in the near future. And I want to say hello and welcome everyone. This is Jakob haQ Live. We're talking about what could become Hacktober, an event thing online with apparently discussions, maybe contests, lectures, and interviews. So right now we're just hammering out ideas for anyone who might have joined in right now, and I'm asking you what you actually would expect from something like this. And I do need other people involved, because there is no way in hell that I'm going to be able to set this up myself. I'm already swamped. I will be doing some of it myself, but I need your help if we're going to make this happen, which is why I don't really like calling this thing Hacktober, because it feels like it's not my thing only. It's our thing. I did a little heart there. Did you see that? Did you? I'm looking at myself. I forgot to. I usually put a bit of tape above the camera. Anyone new to video making? There's nothing worse. I do it again. I look at myself. There's nothing worse than people looking at themselves in their videos. I hate that. And I just did, and it's stupid. In order for you to not do that, what you do is, I know it's hard to see the camera on a, especially when you have black edges, you can't see the camera, you can't see where it's positioned. I'm looking into it right now because I know where it is, because I've been doing it so much. But usually what I do, I put a little bit of tape, like a V-shaped tape, right on top of it, and that way I always know where the camera is. Which is why I'm able to always look directly at you in my videos, even though I'm filming myself with my iPhone. So a little bit of a hack for you there. Little hack. Video curation. I can understand with the COVID situation, but budget, you could get sponsors. I do have sponsors, but like I need a ton of sponsors. And the problem is I don't have enough time to fit sponsors because the videos take time to make. At some point I'll be solving it, because me and my time is going to become more expensive for companies, which means that I can take out more money for whatever I'm doing as the channel grows, as the word is spreading around, around, spreading around me, spreading about me. I can charge more. That's the thing. I'm ready to participate. Hey, Jamie. Hello, Jamie. Hello, Mom. Hello, Dad. Let's see here. GDQ events oscillate between performances of the games. Yeah, GDQ. I know what that is, at least. Um, uh, games done quickly, isn't it, or something like that? I think I've seen that. What have I missed? Original Sin. You haven't missed anything. We're hammering out ideas for what could become Hacktober, a festival thing online. I don't want to call it Hacktober, because I don't want it to be my thing. I want it to be our thing. So you're going to vote for it as soon as we know exactly what we're going to do. So I'm writing up all of your ideas right now. And welcome, by the way. My question would be, which music app uses the most storage on your iPad? iK Music, what app? Which music app uses the most storage? Like, do you mean in its initial state? Because when it comes to apps using up storage, the storage being taken up by you making projects is usually wave files, and the higher resolution you record in, the higher bitrate, the bigger the files are going to get. That's the most that's where all your storage go into. When you make music, samples, wave files, those take up the most out of everything. MIDI files take up no space at all, no space. Project files doesn't inherently take up space, but when they are being saved with states for WAV files, that's when they start growing, and that's when you start getting big files. Like in Cubasis, you can see that a project file can be pretty big, but when you look into it, you can see that there's a folder full of WAV files in there. That's the storage. So, I mean, it's not like, I mean, there are some apps that take up more storage than others, and when they do, you can bet your butt on the fact that that's because they contain romplers or samplers or bunch of WAV files or something like that. So I think you got your answer right now, right there. Remix party. Hello, Kalle. Like, publish bass version and samples for a couple of tracks and see where it goes. Yeah, a remix party would be cool, and especially if we're doing this over a period of 3 days, then we post the remix thing right from the get-go. And I do have tracks that I am going to allow you to remix. So that is a good idea, remix party. And then at the end of it, on the Sunday, if we start on Friday, at the Sunday, that's when you have to send in your stuff, and that's when we start playing that stuff, you know, during a stream, and we'll have you vote for what you think is the best. That's something I think would be cool. Remix. Good answer. Okay, iK Music. There you go. There you go. If you have any more questions, just ask away. Remix contest. That is the thing. Remix contest over 3 days. That means you have basically 1.5 days to do something. I like that. And limit it down to just a few samples, and then you can flip it. Yeah, so it would be a flip it thing. Flip it? Yeah. What's up, Flectron? Hello. I can see you saying hello to me there. What genre will help COVID-depressed people around the earth, Jacob? Something new, happier, and healing. Okay, you want something you want something happy. Here's the thing. This is so hard, Lokesh. Okay, Lokesh, listen. Come closer. Just come a little bit. Okay, that's too close. Just stay there. Stay right there. That's why did you do that, by the way? So here's the thing. I get happy from depressing music. Yeah, I know. I'm a bit fucked in my head. That's ask my mom why that's the case. I don't know. I don't know what she. I'm not saying my mom did anything bad to me. I'm just kidding. Calm down, mom. Mom, just easy, all right? But the thing is, I am a bit fucked in my head, and it's not my parents' fault. I like depressing things. Do you know what I ordered recently? I ordered the Matrix trilogy. That's a very depressing world they live in, by the way. Even though there is some kind of a happy ending, the fact is the world is still destroyed in the Matrix. You can't get away from that. You can't even see the sky when you wake up from that dream. It's I hope everyone has watched the Matrix by now, so that I didn't spoil it for anyone. But that's the thing. I mean, I like dystopian things. So when you're asking me genres that would make people happy, I have no idea. Because what makes me happy is usually stuff that creeps other people out. I'm not kidding you. Locust, look, listen. That's just the way it is, okay? I'm creepy. No, I'm not creepy. I mean, I like creepy things. Everything is coming out wrong today. I haven't watched the third one yet. The third what? I also get happy from depressing music. But what I would tell you, if you want to get happy, something I do a lot is I bring up Borderlands Granular and I throw in a sample in there. And if you choose a sample in with playing major chords, then I'm sure you'll be able to find some kind of happiness in that, making drones out of major chords with Borderlands Granular. Another app I would suggest is TC11. There, like, I get giggly every time I put all of my fingers on the touchscreen because all of the fingers are actually you're actually able to do multi-fingeral things. It's polyphonic, okay? Multi-touch polyphonic TC11. So you put on all of your fingers, and I've also tried putting down my nose at the same time. I don't know how many touch things you can have, but it actually does 11 at least. I haven't tried with more because I'm not gonna do anything disgusting. If you want to try that out, you try that out. But yeah, I wonder how many things you can actually have on there. I could just ask my partner in the back. Yeah, maybe we should try out some TC11 things later on, baby. You wanna do some you wanna do some TC11 stuff with me? I'm sorry, I killed your ears. All right, making music makes me happy. Not so much listening. Reloading Syntronic Potty. Alright, okay, so Matrix 4. Oh, I'm actually very excited for the new Matrix movie. I am. I'm actually very excited. You know what the new Matrix movie looks like to me? It doesn't look like it feels like they took John Wick and then they put that into the Matrix. And I like that idea. It's great. It's a great idea. Absolutely. Give me more of that stuff because I love John Wick and I love the Matrix. You put them both together, you get this. I don't know what you get, but I think I think yeah, number 4, Matrix number 4. That's what you're gonna get. Maybe a live festival thing. It's gonna be live. 22:30, Leo. It's gonna be live. Are you talking about Matrix music? I'm not talking about Matrix music, Marco. But the Matrix music is great, by the way. I love the Matrix music, especially like the movie music. It like not tracks, actual tracks, but the movie music. When they're having their little Babylon party, that music, I love that. That little awesome little Babylon party music. Absolutely love. That's like in Matrix 3 or 2 or something like that. Do live interview for your live festival. Yes, Kelvin. We have written that. I have written that down. Interviews already written down. Developer interviews. But it would be fun if I could interview. Maybe I want a developer at least. I want another music YouTuber, and I want one of you watching. I want one of you to come on. Who among you dares talk to us live? I mean, that would be sweet. That would be sweet. I'd love to ask you some questions about how you use your stuff. Java, hello hack. In your opinion, what is the most industrial music app there is on iOS? Well, industrial music app. Well, this is going to sound ridiculous, but when it comes to synthesizers, if you want to get like down and dirty, raw, down and dirty, what apps I would say I would use for industrial stuff is, quite frankly, I would use something like Waldorf Nave because you can do so much with it. It's not like the thing sounds industrial right out of the box, but wow, you can do some industrial sounding sounds. Agonizer, my synth, my Kaizen, my synth. That one, definitely, especially with the latest sound pack, there's a lot of dirt in there, a lot of dirt. The whole thing is based around distorting bass, so that's one. Another app I use a lot for industrial stuff is basically Core Gadget, because of how many of the synthesizers in there sound really raw. Like the baseline synthesizer. A lot of people seem not to like that baseline synthesizer in Core Gadget because it doesn't sound exactly like a Roland TB. And it kind of looks like it, but it doesn't sound like it. And that's the good thing about it. It doesn't sound like a TB at all. I don't hate the TB. I love the TB. But it's fun to have Korg make their own bass synth. The Chicago Gadget is industrial to me because of how you can use the gnaw and the what is it called? The gnaw and the oh, come on. I'll just bring it up. Korg Gadget. Give me gadgets. I love gadget, man. Let's see here. It's loading up. Gnaw and the other. I mean, it kind of sounds like if you take the new bass Volca and the Volca bass, you put them together, you basically get the Chicago Gadget. Let's see here. Where is the Chicago Gadget? It's right here. What is it called? I need to know. Everybody's probably writing it in chat already. Let's see here. It's called Byte. Yeah, it's called Byte. It's very easy to make it distort and make it go really growly. I mean, I've made some sick music with it. And I mean, let me play something for you. It's not industrial per se, but there's an industrial tone to it because I've been making cyberpunk music, right? And my cyberpunk music, it contains a lot of industrial sounds into it because I'm always experimenting with distortions. And if you want the distortion plugin that I would recommend you is Saturn 2 by FabFilter if you want something industrial. So let's see here if I can play something. I hope you don't get sick about listening to this because I've been playing a lot of it. Let's see here. Why is it syncing? And why is it in mono? Oh crap. It's in mono. You can't even hear it now. And it's syncing to something and I don't even know why it's syncing right now. Come on. Turn that off. That's not the one. I'm supposed to load another one. Let's see here if I can find that one. Terminal Sickness. Jacked Rabbit. Is that the one? It's in mono right now. I mean, listen to this one. Listen to that. It's not in stereo, but what I'm using here is the Lexicon Gadget, and it's basically from the ARP Odyssey. The ARP Odyssey, if you want to make industrial music, the ARP Odyssey is great. It can be so dirty. So there's a bunch of it. I don't know if this helps you out, but let's get back to the discussion about the Hacktober thing, because I feel like I'm getting off track here. I feel like I'm getting off track. I feel like I'm getting off track. There we go. I just heard myself. Can anyone make sound with no tuff and crest called unstruck sound? I have no idea what that means, Lokesh. Can you elaborate? Nice distorting. I love these kinds of leads. Yeah, I've got I've been working on that because I'm basically making a cyberpunk album, and so far I've actually gotten down. Let's see here. So far I've prepared. See if you can see this. Can you see this? Can you see that? These are like 9 songs so far. I basically put them up so I can see what keys they're in, what kind of a feeling they have, drive, slow drive, high drive, so I know how to place them on an album. What I have left is to finish one more song because I need 10 tracks, and then I need to write some some good simple lyrics for these and record that and produce it. So I'm still months away, but I would love to release something like this during towards Christmas time. Um, that would be awesome, by the way. And so I've started making all of the tracks in Core Gadget, and what's gonna happen is I'm gonna export it. I've decided to do that. Export it, bring all the files into Cubasis, and then I'm gonna add the Uno synth because the Uno synth Pro is just sick. And I'm gonna add Agonizer synth also and my vocals. So two synths, Agonizer and Uno synth Pro, and then my vocals to that, and mix it all with with the Mixbox CS for iPad because whoa, it worked so well when I mixed the other project, Cyberpunk project. It's going to become great. And then you're going to be able to hear all the distortions and everything that I do. Odyssey is one of the best synths on iOS, and I agree with that. Let's see here. Hello, Les Productions. Hello, Swan. I should call you Swan. I'm too controversial on screen. All you would hear is bleep, bleep, bleep. What? Yuli bleep. You know, ALM, I would probably enjoy that, but you know what? I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Drums are just as important. Nano Studio 2 has epic IAP industrial drums packages. Yeah, and when it comes to making industrial drums, actually go out there and sample some metal. Just metal. Just throw things in a corner on the floor, clang stuff together, record all of it, and then mix it up with the drum sounds. Do it in velocity layers. You know, that's what I do. Synthmaster is good for industrial stuff. Yeah, absolutely. It has loads of great sounds in there. Prince and Vice is always down for this stuff. Yes. Let's see here. Neo was a sweet guy, from what I remember, not a guy on a killing spree. No, I mean, no, sure, but a lot of time has passed since he last fought some androids, and now he's gone all John Wick, you know. So who knows? The darkest part of the year, literally, sunlight-wise and pollution-wise too. You know, I absolutely love it when it goes dark. And right now I'm so happy because it's what? It's 9 o'clock or it's 20:30. 2033 hours. How do we even say that? 8:30. It's 8:30. Half past 8 in the evening here in Sweden, Stockholm, and it's completely dark outside, and I love it so much. I'm so happy now because it's not, you know, hot and bright outside, and I'm not sweating. This is like the best time of the year for me, like autumn. It's a bit bizarre because today I cut a small little red tomato off from our tomato plant outside, and the sweetest thing I've tasted all year. It was so good. And I mean, they're starting to get red now, and it's actually getting a bit too cold for them, but they're doing really well. It's weird. The only sound, unstruck sound. Google it out. Just know if I dare. Wanting people indulge in this content can never get out of it again. Okay, I'll Google it. I'll check it out. I hope it's not some shock site thing, Lokesh. I hope you're not trolling me. I worked at a junkyard and I mixed it with original drum synth sounds. That would you actually share that? Jova, if you would share that, I'll probably include that into a video because I'm working on something based around sampling. It might be a month or two before I get that audio that out, but that would be a cool thing. I'm also going to share some samples. That's actually good. That gave me an idea. Industrial things. Industrials. Oh, yeah. Oh, I have such a good idea right now. My typing is the worst today. Don't worry, Alam. That's like my typing is crap. Tomato Fest. What? Warning. Okay, Lokesh. You can do things slow or too fast, but you never want to do things half fast. Louis Armstrong. I agree with that. What's up, Ryan? I hope you're doing well today. and I hope you've been having a good day, a productive day, or a creative day. I'll send you a message tonight if I don't forget. I did some work for others and myself on fairs. I'm also glad to help out those on a small budget doing things. I want Mixbox. What vape is that? It's a Tyro It's a Tyro Vap. It's a Tyro vape. So it's called Tyro Kit, something like that. I didn't actually think when I went out to buy this. I saw it in a window. This is how simple my brain is. I like things that are not white, because when they're white, they get dirty quickly. So I don't like having drum machines, synthesizers, anything, shoes, clothes, nothing. I never wear white, because I want my stuff to be able to get a little bit dirty without me looking like a hobo, or I don't want to look as if I've dug around in dirt all day just from outside walking with my shoes or anything. So I never wear white, and same thing with my machines. There were a lot of bright colors and stuff. This one was black, so I chose this one. There's nothing more to it, and I guess I lucked out because it works quite well. I use those kinds of leads a lot when I make house music. Which house music? Which house music? That is such a cool. What is that? What? How do you do? What? Which house music? Okay, now I'm very intrigued and confused. What is which house music? What does that even sound like? I want to know what that sounds like. I like the concept, I like the name, but you're gonna have to play me some witch house music now. Sculpt synth is great for that music too. Whoops, I can't I'm not keeping up. So what do you want to discuss? Kitsch Breeder. What I'm trying to discuss is Hacktober. I'm not calling it Hacktober, but it's basically an online event that is supposed to be happening in October, iOS music based. We've talked about it, and I've written down some ideas from the community. This is why I needed to discuss it. So the ideas are lectures, how to manage projects, for instance, discussions using Zoom, interviews with developers, musicians, maybe YouTubers, some kind of remix contest, and I got a sequence called "I'm Playing Your Good Shit." Basically, me for half an hour playing some of the good stuff that I've heard you make. Basically, the audience, the people in the community. I just want to showcase it. Yeah. So it's a live thing, online thing. We do it for 3 days from a Saturday, from a Friday to Sunday, and we're just trying to hammer out what this is supposed to be. And by the way, if you're loving it right now, if you're having fun, hit that like, hit it with a vengeance. With a what? Vad fan säger jag? I don't know. I don't know. What? Vengeance? I don't know. Necro techno. Necro techno sounds good. That kind of makes me worried though. I don't want to know how you make your sounds. If it's called necro techno, necro, or do you mean like necro? It doesn't matter. No matter how you flip it, you're doing something with the dead. I like Hacktober. Oh, kitsch. I spend all my splice credits on which house sample packs. What? Which house? Someone has to tell me what that is. All necro is dead. Thanks for the hit on the like button. Which house is like dark trap music? Secure Team 10 intro theme song. I don't know if I've seen that. That's the right way of saying it. With a vengeance. Oh, so that's right? Or are you trolling me now? Are you trying to teach me something that isn't correct? So you can sit there and giggle your head off whenever I say it because I'm thinking that it is the right thing? Am I being conspiratory right here, right now? I have a brain for things like that. Ah. With a vengeance makes sense? Really? Occult themed industrial electronic trap. That sounds like an interesting thing. You're overthinking it. Okay. Which, not which. Oh, that makes a difference. I still like which house music. I mean, come on. It sounds cool, like necro techno. Necro techno. Which house music? Universal Electric Mustache Connection. Peter Prism, I don't know what that is right now, if that's a name on a thing, or is that like a genre you're working on right now? Which house music is not your normal house music? No, I bet. It sounds like, I don't know, what do you do? It's like, you sample brooms? Is that... I'm really curious to what that would be. Lectures, discussion panels, interviews, remix contests. I definitely want Dean from Electronic Sounds coming on, talking about some music production. I'd love to have Nutrix come on and talk about some stuff. There's always people that I haven't talked to that much also in the community, you know? I wonder if Doug would be interested in doing a segment, you know, talking about some things. I mean, the guy has been on YouTube making these videos now for mobile music making for 10 years. Think about that. Sampled cauldrons. Cauldrons. Oh, you mean like those big things you can cook stuff in? Can I come out? Oh, Tony. Tony, I'd love to do a thing with you. You'll do whatever, Dean? That's good. That's good. Wait, who is crashing Zoom? Can I join in? Corsager spawned. Corsager. I'll call you Course. So, Course, we are thinking of having Zoom calls and having like talks during this Tober thing, this festival. And I do want to have a segment where I get viewers in instead, so we can talk about things. And I don't know how that would go, but I still think it would be nice. It was so sweet back when I remember. Do any of you remember when I used to bring in calls from you guys? Calls. It's so. I'm a boomer. Using Discord basically. So opening up a chat window, people come in, say hello, talk and stuff. That was sweet. That was sweet. I like talking to you. So something like that, but it would be cool to do it with Zoom so we could see each other if you dare do that. 3 weeks that you did that. Yeah, yeah, I know the 3 weeks that I did that, Mike. Don't be like that. Now don't be like that. I mean, it's something we did. It's a memory. It was good. I'd love to do it again. I used to do it. Doesn't mean that I'm not gonna do it again. We can do it again. Sergeant Jakob sharing synth club band. Is that what? Sergeant Jacob? I have 6 loops or 6 unfinished music. Any advice? Well, whenever I have loops just lying around and I don't know what to do with them, for me that usually means that I'm not too into them. So how can I get into them? If I feel like I have to get into them, what I usually do is I throw the loops into some other app that does something to it that I don't expect. And I don't know how many times I keep bringing up Borderlands Granular. I'm sorry, but that's one of the apps I bring in. Another one is Blocks Wave is another one because of the time stretching and everything. So time stretch that stuff, throw some other loops in there, see if anything sparks an idea. That's what I do. So basically just take it, throw it into some other app where you didn't make it. You know, if you made it in Cubase, throw it into something else. Especially something that can mangle sound. Bloxwave can do that. Borderlands Granular can do that. Throw it into Sampler. And if you don't own Sampler or Borderlands Granular, it could be a lot of money for some people. But you never know. I've seen these two apps be responsible for new genres in music because people bought them by mistake or, just because people were talking about them. Give these apps a chance. And of course, Bloxwave. Yeah, just throw it into something that where you didn't make them and try to make something else with it. That's what I would do. Because what you need to do is to get out of the loop stage, right? It's just a loop right now. I don't know what to do with this. What can I do? You're probably stagnating because you're doing the same thing you're always doing. So you need new ideas, fresh ideas, and you have to go outside of your comfort zone in order for that to happen. Haven't been around lately. Been changing apartments and kind of feel like I've forgotten everything how to be creative music. I get it. That happens. That happens to all of us. It happens to me all the time. Whenever I end up making a lot of videos with tutorials or walkthroughs about how stuff work, I have to force myself to make music for those episodes. That's how I. It looks as if I'm creative all the time, but I'm not. Like with the cyberpunk tracks I've been doing. I mean, it's actually been going on for years. To be honest, some of the ideas are old, and there are even ideas in there that that started with the Mellow album. And if you think about the Mellow album, that thing, some of those songs started 8 years ago, 9 years ago. There's even an idea in there where I'm pretty sure that I did copy myself in a track I did many years ago. I would probably find it on my old hard drive if I looked, because I produced that back when I was on desktop. So yeah, it's easy to fall into the same behavior, and it's easy to fall out of this creative thing. And when that happens, you have to put yourself in that creative space, and it might be a change of, it might just be you changing rooms or scenery or app, because the environment we produce in also affects us. Have anybody tried the game Cloudpunk? I have. I have. I get Fifth Element taxi scene vibes from the flying cars. Okay, I tell you right now, Kalle, Cloudpunk had more. Cloudpunk had more of a cyberpunk thing going on about it than Cyberpunk 2077. I liked it, but it becomes very tedious very quickly. But I can tell you from playing 10 hours in it or something, 5 to 10 hours in it. I can't remember exact time. It was worth the money I put into it. It was. It was worth the money because it was cute. But the acting is not really, in the top game of acting. You can feel that. But the world is kind of cozy and stuff. The side missions are very bland, fetch quests. But I think you should try it out. I liked Cloudpunk. Sending love from Munich. Hello from Munich. I mean, hello from Sweden to Munich. And thank you so much. And I love you too. All of you. Getcha. I was also thinking about Jakob's Zoom guest going live with it. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to go live with it. The whole thing is supposed to be live. The whole thing, event, is supposed to be live. I don't want to do pre-recorded things for this event, which is very hard when you have a roster, when you have a schedule to go by. It can be so hard to time these things. But I'm going to be asking some advice from some people who are professionals who do this on a regular basis on how to do this, and see what I can come up with. I love PO stuff. That stuff is made for happy mistakes. Pocket operators are absolutely. Let's see here. Oh my God, it's going so quickly. So excited to finish work and play with my Coma Field kit for the first time. I have to look into what that is. Apple Watch doesn't offer much. What I find. Oh, by the way, the new iPad Mini, I haven't had time to check it out. I know no one has been asking me about that yet, but I haven't had time to check it out. But I will, because I've seen some people say like maybe that would be a good choice for mobile music producers who have a very small budget. That's why I want to look into it, because if it is a good option for people like that, I want to talk about it. I want the new Mini, I think. Greetings for your girlfriend behind the bookshelves. Hey, they're saying hello to you here. She says hello back to all of you. Qtober, hacktober. I kind of like that. Weltenkinder. I like that. It's a USB-C 8 iPad. Starts at $500. Oh, really? $500. Starts at $500. How big is it then? Is it 128? Is it 64? How big is it? The new Mini is dope. Still salty about no headphone jack. Yeah, I get that. I'm annoyed as hell with the no headphone jack on this iPad. I hate it. But, you know, you can make do. It's really annoying, but you can make do. I think it's really cool that my Android Galaxy S Tab has a headphone jack and the USB-C connector. Way to go! Way to go! Way to go! I like that. Big applause from me. So it's a 64 gigabyte at $500 and 256 for 650. 600, so you pay 150 more for 256. So there's no in between. No 128. I get it. Okay. Yeah, that's a nice price increase there. There are also education discounts. How do you make do without a headphone jack? Kelvin, what you have to do is you have to get a USB hub, and you can get USB hubs that have multiple ports on them. There are now USB hubs that you can attach directly onto your iPad, and they have USB 3 connectors. They have internet. They have internet. What am I trying to say here? They have Ethernet connector on there. They have HDMI connector on there. They have a headphone port on there. And then if you want something better for driving studio headphones, which normal headphone jack can't drive studio headphones. There's not enough power for them. So if you're using studio headphones, you need more amp. And to get some more juice, you have to get a proper sound interface. And you can get great sound interfaces starting out from as low as $100 and up, and it just increases. There are so many USB class compliant sound interfaces today that it's insane. And if you go watch the latest video on my main channel about connecting external hardware processing units to your iPad or iPhone, then inside that video you can find a timestamp for it actually, and jump to it and see some of the interfaces that I'm recommending. And they start from price ranges from down to, what is it, like $200 and up. I'm using a sound interface for, I think it's about $600 or a little bit more right now. It's Steinberg one, multi in and outs. There's like loads of in and outs on it. There's so many. There's portable ones. You can use stuff from haQ Multimedia that comes directly with USB-C connectors, Lightning connectors, other connectors. You can just connect that directly, and then you have a headphone port. But yeah, it's definitely more cumbersome now because you can't just connect stuff with cables and charge at the same time unless you get a dongle specifically for that, which is silly. Is there an email to send you the junkyard? Yes, I'll write in the email here. So here it is, Jacob. And here's the thing. I have received emails from some of you. I haven't had time to answer them. I'm sorry. So don't expect answers. I'll answer if I can and have time. Don't expect answers. But you be sure about this. I am reading your emails. I am reading them. There we go. So don't get pissed with me. Don't get pissed with me, people. There you go. Why not grab the Air 4? The Air 4 seems to be a good one too. And one of the things I always recommend people doing if you're low on cash, buy them used or refurbished, because you can save a lot of money that way. That's how I got a new iPad Pro 11-inch. Like, that's how I got it, because I couldn't afford a full price one. Besides, when you choose the model from the year before, you're able to buy for the same money you buy for. If you're buying an iPad now with 128 gigabytes, and then you buy, then you pay a price, and for that same amount of money you could get the model from the year before, but for the same money only you're getting 256 gigabytes. Always choose the one with the most amount of storage, because you're gonna fill it up very quickly when you're working with audio. And the higher resolution you choose, if you record stuff in 48 kilohertz or higher, which I always do in 24 bits, then the files become even larger. DA80, DA80F, FDA, DA, ADA data. I don't even know what that is. Are you talking digital to analog, analog digital? I don't even know what ADF is. Analog to digital, or is this a song you're writing out here? Let's see here. I just joined and hear dongle. I'm sorry, Joshua. That's all the talks about dongle I want to do. Dongles aren't. They're not fun to talk about. Actually, it's great. Dongles, they help us do so much, but it's annoying to have a little clag nut hanging out from the ass end of the iDevice, or Android for that matters. And you know what's so nice? You know what's so nice? You know what's so nice about USB-C? It's a better connector than micro USB, for instance. It's a better connector than the Lightning one. It just sits better there, you know, whenever you connect something. There's a nice little click to it. The connectors go all the way in. I love it. It's great. It's great. And you can use Apple adapters, chargers, to charge Android devices, and Android chargers to charge Apple devices. You can do that. You can even use the same dongles for both Android and Apple, which is really nice too. I like that. It depends on the impedance. Yes, of course, of course. The impedance, the resistance inside a headphone, of course. If you're working with usually normal studio phones, they usually do need a lot of juice, but there are studio phones that don't need that amount of juice because their impedance, their resistance is lower, so you can drive it with less juice. I forgot to say that. That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's see here. I have the Focusrite interface for my iPad. The interface turns on or off sometimes. That could easily be an indication of you either of the connection either being jiggly somewhere, so you're losing connection, or it could be an indication of not being able to supply it with enough power. It could be that. There could be something wrong with it, but most of the time, whenever I have some problems with stuff being connected, if I jiggle it just a little bit, especially with lightning connectors, that can just, it loses connection. That happens. That happens to me a lot. Off topic. Uh, Hello, Berto. You've been, you've been drive for 15 years. Okay, that's awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for your support, by the way, and thank you for coming in here and telling me that it works for you, because that makes it feel like I can make that work too. Every day is just a day, right? And whatever happens during that day, I decide what happens that day. I mean, you can't control everything, but I can control my behavior, and I have to, and I try to. So every day is a struggle. Every day is a fight, and I tend to wake up. When I wake up, I tend to try to win that fight every day. That's just the way it is. Obviously, you've been doing that for 15 years. Good on you. Awesome, and thank you for telling me. I know that there are a lot of other people in the chat also, maybe not in the chat, but watching my main channel and this channel, who are also sober alcoholics, with many years or less years, just a few months, maybe a few days. It doesn't matter how long time you have right now. What matters is that you're sober right now, and that's awesome. And then you just have to try to do that every day. Let's see here. Impedance. Impedance? Oh, you're making fun of my pronunciation. Well, laugh it up. Off topic. Where audio damage outside the city? Audio damage outside. I'm uncertain what you mean, Keith. I think you have to elaborate on that a little bit more. Take a deep breath. You never said I could exhale, but I'm gonna do that anyway. So, don't try without Guru. My case sometimes stops the lightning connection. Yeah, I've had that happen. Cases where where they haven't really tried to fit and really tried if it really works, and they sell it anyway. And you think it goes in there all the way, but then the connection kind of gets jiggly. You're wondering what is going on. I can't get it to work. And it turns out that whatever case you have on there is actually stopping the connection from actually going all the way through. Live meditation for your life. Oh, that's not my thing at all. Meditation, anything like that stresses me out like nothing else. Yeah, I have ADHD. Meditation for me is torture. It's just not something I would ever want to do to myself. For someone like maybe would you be into that, baby? A little bit of nice, calm, relaxing meditation. That it could be a thing for you. Yoga and stuff like that. I mean, she likes that stuff, but me, no, 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 no. You try to get me to sit down? Are you crazy? You're trying to kill me? You're trying to kill me? Is that it? Is that it? You want me to? I'll be choking on my own stress. My stress will build up, and then you will have that scene like in Scanners. The scene in Scanners with the head. If you've seen that movie, that's me. That's me trying to choke down all the stress, trying to meditate. That would be me. Have you considered right-angled lighting to stop some issues? Yes, I have, and I've been looking into that. I don't know why I haven't ordered any yet, because that could definitely do it. If you have an angle pointing downwards, so that the stress isn't that much on the connector. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm gonna make sure to order some, but at the end of this month, when I get a little bit of cash coming in, I'm gonna order some right angle ones, and I think I'm actually gonna make a video just about that, because it's actually a pretty considerable problem that I've been having over the years, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one. So a solution for that would be nice. When people don't get stimulus, they make up stuff. I make videos. That's how I stimulate myself. Anything worth Super Boost 21? Have no idea. Gangliano. Gang. So, G, listen. I'm not disrespecting. I just can't pronounce it because there's too many vowels in there. Too many vowels? Where do I get things? Where do I get everything? My I'm Swedish, so that's just the way it is. I'm Swedish, so I think I'm allowed to not be able to speak properly. I forgot what you asked about. I have to check again. I need to find that. I can't find it now. What did you ask me, by the way? Anything worth Super Boost? I haven't actually looked into it, except from one thing I've looked into, the ASM Hydrosynth Explorer. The more I look into it, I can tell you this. If I would ever exchange my Mini Nova, it would be for the Explorer Hydrosynth. So that might actually become a thing later down the line. If I decide to get rid of the Mini Nova, I love the Mini Nova, but I might want something else. If I would change it out, I would get the ASM Hydrosynth Explorer. It looks tasty. Oh, I love that. I love wavetable synthesizers, which is why I love the Mini Nova. I mean, it's a virtual analog synth, right? And it's got a bunch of waveforms in there. But here, the ASM, it's a wavetable synth. It's more along the lines of something like the Waldorf synthesizers than anything. So I really want that. That's something I saw during Superbooth that I think was awesome. Also, I've been interested in that little calculator-looking thing from RK Retro Kits. Let's see here. Retro Kits Super Booth. If I can find that, I want to show that to you. Retro Kit Super Booth 2021. The RK, is it the RK 808? Yeah. So, that is way too bright for you. This thing here, look at that. It's basically a sequencer. from RetroKits. It looks pretty cool. So that's something I thought looked interesting. Have you had any ground loops with your iOS music setup? Every day I have ground loops, and it happens when I'm using USB hubs. And sometimes they're bad, sometimes it's good, and I don't have that much. I've been trying to fight USB ground loops for a long time, and USB ground loop is not your regular just humming. It's also digital hissing noise, pretty high up there in the frequency spectrum. And I've tried USB ground loop isolators, which made it worse. The best thing I've found so far has been ground loop destroyers for audio cables. Basically, that's what I found so far have worked the best. And also separating stuff and not using USB hubs for many of the things I want to do. I know that's annoying, right? But yeah, I battle that all the time, and I did a whole script. I did, my God, I have this huge project. It's been on my iPad for ages, and I haven't been able to finish it because I haven't found this good solution for it. Maybe I should just make a video where I'm talking about the problems and how I haven't found a solution for it. I don't know. I just feel that that would be unfair to people who wants a solution for the USB ground loop hubs. USB ground loops. Which hub? All the hubs. All the hubs. It's not which. It's which ones doesn't make that. It's not only the hub itself. Sometimes it's that I'm using the same. What is it called in English, by the way? Power block? Wait. I'm gonna Google this so I can say it in English. Fördelardosa. In English. English. Come on, give me that. It's called this like a power distribution block box. A power distribution box. A power distribution box. The kind of thing that is kind of long, has a bunch of wall power connections in it. I've noticed that if I take two of them and I separate them on two different like outlets from another room, and then one in another room and separate them, I can get rid of ground loop hub USB ground loop issues. But when I start connecting a bunch of stuff on the same USB hubs, it doesn't matter. I have an Anchor hub, I have PlexGear hub, I have, what is it called, some brand thing, kind of a, I bought it from this site just selling a lot of stuff from China. They all do the same thing. They all do the same thing, and with different types of gear. Sometimes the gear hasn't been protected. Sometimes it's the hub. Sometimes it's the cables. It's really, really hard to pinpoint. I've done tests now over so many years, and I just can't solve it. It's so annoying. Surge protector also. Power strip, thank you. But power distribution box is something different. Okay, so power strip. Thank you. Surge protector. Oh yeah, okay. So that protects us from surges, right? I think. Let's see here. Where am I? Where are we? There we are. I have a USB hub that plays random notes. What? Messes with my CC settings in the. That sounds like a pretty bad. I know that some of the MacBooks in the past had some weird issues with grounding where weird stuff would happen, and also some iPhones in the past that when you had a damaged lightning connector or a damaged adapter, and you plug that in, suddenly your keyboard could start typing and things like that because it's an induction problem or something. I don't know. It's when power is leaking over from one thing to another, and suddenly the screen doesn't work properly. Stuff like that can actually happen. I know that it can happen. I think it's happened with. I've had that happen with my iPad Mini 1. I've never had it happen with my iPhone though. I think. I can't remember. Wait. I think. My iPhone 5 used to have a weird issue. I'm not sure. So I can't say that that's the way. Easy. What, Grega? What? I'm easy. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good. I got ADHD. This is what it looks like. Okay? Right here. Right here. Yeah. Uh, how are you doing, by the way, Greg? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you've had a productive day. And if you didn't, I hope you'll have one soon. Akai Fire is a portable MIDI device. How it works with Beatmaker 3. Anybody use it with this app? It's a very specific thing you're asking about. Okay, so I am 736. The Akai Fire is not a thing I'm really well. I don't know it well. I've never used it myself, but all MIDI controllers do MIDI. Okay, the concept of MIDI. It's basically sending out data, right? So I don't know how much you know about it, but to anyone who's a beginner. So there are usually three types of MIDIs that most of us come across. There are some other things that we can use, sysax and stuff like that. But yeah, the simple things is MIDI notes, and that's usually keyboards. They send out notes. And then you have CC that you usually use on faders, on knobs. Actually, that's two things. It's MIDI notes and CC data, basically. And Beatmaker can respond to both of those things. So when you're playing notes on a keyboard or notes on pads on a MIDI controller, any MIDI controller, then you will be able to play the samples inside Beatmaker 3. You'll be able to play any synth, any samples in Beatmaker 3 in any DAW, because the pads in Beatmaker 3 respond to MIDI note data. When it comes to MIDI learn and actually connecting up controllers, you can do that. You can do that through macros and stuff, but I don't know how far they've come, because in the past you weren't able to set up all of the controls inside Beatmaker with MIDI CC controls. This is not only for the Akai, okay? Not only for the Akai control, any controller that sends out MIDI CC data, either through faders or knobs, okay? So Beatmaker 3 can receive MIDI data, MIDI CC data, and you can connect it to macros and you can connect it to knobs through macros, but I don't know if they implemented proper MIDI learn yet. Maybe someone else can talk about that, because when an app has MIDI learn, it's good for you, because if there is no auto map or anything, you can always set it up yourself. You can set all of it up yourself, which is great, and you only have to do it really once, and then you're done and you can use it as it is. So if the Akai has pads, it usually sends out MIDI notes, then you can use that. So it goes for any MIDI control. I don't know if it helps. I hope it helps you out. My Alternova switches patches on Audio Kit Synth 1 without any changes. BM3 has sort of a MIDI learn. Yeah, because when I have done a video about that, by the way, how you MIDI map stuff to Beatmaker 3, and I don't know how many updates has come, since then, but that video was made 3 years ago, and in it I'm showing how you do MIDI learn with macros. So basically you can control everything from your MIDI controller, whether it is an Akai thing or if it is a Nano Control Studio, whatever it might be. Alternova is the top. Not sure if you've done a video on iConnect MIDI. No, I've never done that. No. Windows, PC, iPad. No, I haven't. I don't own an iConnect. I don't own an. And I can't buy one. It's not like they're really pricey, but I don't have the money to buy that right now. They would have to send it to me. If they did that, if they sent it to me, I've said that over many years, and I'm surprised that they actually have not connected up with me about that yet. I don't know why, because I mean, if someone could showcase that thing, it would be me, right? You're not a Windows guy. No, not anymore. I haven't been a desktop guy for 10 years now. Basically, I started out with Casio keyboards, went on to computers, which back then was basically an Atari ST, then Amiga, also Commodore 64, went on to PC, Pentium, stuff like that. I started building my own computers, went on and on with that. I was a Windows guy under many, many years, Cubase guy under many, many, many years since the Atari days. And then I went on to Android, and then I went on to iOS. And I've been doing iOS things for 10 years. Staying clean. I just sampled my iPad through my Focusrite onto my Mac or PC. Yeah, and I saw that, by the way, there is this protocol app that you can get. I can't remember the name of it, but it's supposed to connect your iPad and a bunch of apps through the lightning cable or USB-C cable directly to your computer. I don't remember what it's called now. Wait a minute. Let me see here. Do I have it? What is that app called? They recently did an update to make it work again because it wasn't working. If someone can find out what that was, I'm not talking about IDAM. I'm not talking about IDAM. It's a specific app, and then you can download a server for the computer to use that. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, tell me. Tell everyone in reading the chat. Not audio link. Not audio link. Not audio link. It's not audio link. It's something else. Studio Mux. Studio Mux. Studio Mux recently did an update. Studio Mux. If you're interested in doing stuff over a lightning cable, check out Studio Mux. I have not done that yet with the new thing, so I don't know how it works. Yeah, everyone says Studio Mux. That's the thing you need to check out. All right, so listen up, people. Listen up, people. This Hacktober thing event. I've written down the ideas here. Lectures, I can start working on that and talk to other people in the community about that to get something going into a schedule. Also, discussion panels using Zoom sounds like a great idea. That's something I will look into also. Interviews, I will talk to people and try to get something going. And I'm thinking the one thing I want to do is I want to set this thing for the end of October, okay? Towards the end of October. So let me just check here real quickly. What date is it now? It's the 15th of September. If we go to, it's the Hack Attack year anniversary soon. That's awesome. Let's see here. Okay, so here, Friday the 29th, if we do it there, that's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Why does it say Halloween here? Is that Halloween? Oh crap. That's not a good that's not a good day. That's not good. Oh, when would we do this? Like I think we need a lot of time to get this to happen. If you say 31st, I mean, if it says Halloween here, is it Halloween? Halloween stream is perfect. But wait a minute. Won't most people be like celebrating with families and friends and stuff? Think about this. A third of you watching come from the US. A third of you watching my main channel come around there. Now, I'm thinking we're gonna host the live thing here on this channel. But when I check my stats, it's still a third. A third of you are in the US, and the rest of us come from all over the world, all the way from Vietnam to Japan, to Austria, to Switzerland, Canada, all over the place. So I'm unsure. I come from Vienna. Well, hello there, Vienna. When would it be? Why the fix on this year? Why the fix on this year? Bo Beats, Accurate Beats, and Jakob haQ would be an awesome show. Brian, we actually did do that. We called it the Lowcast Podcast. We did some episodes. I think we did like six or seven or maybe 8 episodes, but then we just didn't have time to do it, so we stopped doing them. But it might be a cool thing to have it on for just one evening during that event. I'll look into it. I'll look how the boys are holding up, if they can do it, if they can put that into. Let's see here. Bob Eats. I Bob Eats. uh, I don't think Bob Eats fits the forum that well. You know, nothing bad about Bob Eats. It's just maybe, what is that, like a, is that like mukbang? Is that a mukbang? Is that a mukbang? Is that is that mukbang? I'm not doing mukbangs. Microfreak is digital. Only filter is analog. You get the best of both worlds when you mix digital and analog. I love that. I love that. You mix digital with analog. I mean, that's how we get to save presets in our analog synths. So even though the synth is analog, you still have to have a computer in there to control and save all the knob positions and everything. So if you can save presets in an analog synth, it is analog digital hybrid always. And I love that. I love that. I think Lokesh is from India. I think so. I'm guessing, Lokesh. Okay? I'm just guessing. I'm guessing. Cheers from Portugal. Hello, Portugal. Yeah. Why the fix on this year? Cause 2020 sucked. Alam- Almanac. Almanac? Alamaniac? Maniac here says that 2020 sucked. Okay, for a lot of people, 2020 sucked. For me, it was an interesting time because even though a lot of people around me got hurt by what happened during that year and are still getting hurt, which is not a good thing, the only thing I did really like with 2020 was that people started really trying to stay away from me on the streets when I was walking, and me being afraid of other people, not be liking being around masses of people. I felt that was very comforting. That suddenly people are treating me as if I was sick or something. You know what I mean? Like that felt good. But that's the one positive thing I can say. So whenever I needed to go shop for groceries, I'm like, oh, no one is trying to talk to me. That it feels good. It feels good. For UK folk, sadly, Halloween is for kids. 5th November is the Firefest for mainstream UK. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, this is hard. This is hard. Would you guys be very sad if we switched month? Because here's the problem. Here's the problem. I know that around November, September, things are different now because of C19. But usually there are a lot of like releases of stuff, movies, um, and hardware, gear, new things. And I don't want it to get buried in things like that. Other companies announcing things, but I don't want to put the festival around a time where there's already like some holiday thing happening, like Halloween. I don't want to do that. That doesn't feel really right. You know, it feels like maybe a lot of people are doing other things. They want to spend time with maybe families or friends or something like that. I don't know. What do you say? What do you say? The Roland JDXI, by the way, looks really cool. I've only played around with it. Artyom, hello. Wait, I don't know if that's Artyom. I sometimes think that I can read acrylic, read acrylic Cyrillic letters. Sometimes I can. By the way, I must just say, if you're from Russia, I am loving what's happening with games from Russia right now. There's so many interesting games coming out of Russia, and I'm looking forward to some of them. Atomic Heart looks like one of the most insane things I've seen in a long time. Loving what's happening with the gaming scene in Russia right now. And I hope that when that game comes out, you know, I'm a European, and as a European, I usually like playing games, watching movies in the language that they were made. I don't know how it is for you guys. I just know that it's usually a European thing. I think that there's a lot of dubs being done in Germany, at least there is. I know that, and we do dub stuff here in Sweden. But a lot of Swedes, whenever they watch anime, for instance, they watch it in the Japanese language with Swedish subtitles. I'm the same way. Whenever I watch a Spanish movie, I watch it in with Spanish audio. Spinach audio? Did I say spinach? I watch it with the original audio. I want to hear and get the culture from where that movie or music, whatever that piece of culture I'm just like enjoying. I want to hear the original stuff, and just get the subtitles in English or Swedish. Actually, usually I take the subtitles in English. Don't we? Baby. Yeah, we do. That's weird, isn't it? Is that weird? Usually we want the subtitles in English, even though we're Swedes. What? Yeah, actually, sometimes, yeah, that's the thing. Actually, sometimes the translations are more accurate in English. Wait a minute, baby. How can we know that? I mean, when it comes to Spanish, I do understand Spanish somewhat, so I can tell if there's some weird translations being done. But it's not like we actually know Japanese that well to know if the translations were better in English than in Swedish, right? Huh. Never thought about that. I can't read subtitles while watching the movie action. Okay, I get that. For some people, it's distracting with subtitles. I get it. But for me, it's important, especially when you're living in an apartment and you can't really tweak up the sound really loud when you're watching movies. Having subtitles is nice, because I miss a lot of... Sometimes in some movies, the mixing is done so poorly that I have to have subtitles. Otherwise, I can't hear what they're saying. And that's this common thing, that usually the levels between talking, narration, and monologue, dialogue in movies, and everything else loud going on is way too... There's big space in between. So when action happens, the sound goes up here, so you're sitting there riding the remote control. And I'm not talking about budget movies here. I'm talking about sometimes Hollywood movies do that. And I don't understand what the hell they were thinking. It's so annoying. Yeah, it is. It is very usual. It's a common thing to see subtitles. We grew up with subtitles always on the TV for everything, basically. So yeah, it's usually never dubbed, even though we do dub stuff. But yeah, for kids. Usually we dub stuff for kids, but yeah, that's actually the way it is. We kind of grew up just listening to a bunch of other languages, reading everything in in subtitles. I thought about putting a compressor on my stereo to prevent that. Yeah, yeah. Do you know how many times I just want to go get like a 15 band equalizer to fix the mistakes they made when mixing the audio for the movies? Like sometimes it's way too shitty for a big production. They throw millions onto a productions, and and they can't get the audio right. What? I prefer watching films in their original language. Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell. Oh, okay. I'm also a Ghost in the Shell fan. Yep, I am. I mean, anything cyberpunk. One of my favorite movies are Akira. I mean, if you're into cyberpunk and you're into anime, you have to watch Akira. While doing shit or stuff, I increase my TV volume in the apartment. Don't you ever get like complaints, Lokesh? Like, I don't know how thin the walls are where you are. I'm thinking you're in India, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Tetsuo is one of the best movies I've ever watched. I love Tetsuo. Oh yeah. Oh yes. It's a It's not for everybody, you know. Some of the darker stuff coming from Japan is mwah. Anything. Also, anything that Giger made, like what's the first name of Giger? What's his name? Do you know, baby? Giger, the guy who did basically all the. Never mind. Uh, Akira was nuts. I didn't know, and I ate mushrooms before. Okay. Well, I guess you had an experience at least, right? You had an experience. Canada. Also, if you're into body horror, yeah, Tetsuo definitely. I mean, what do you call that? I'd call that terror punk or biopunk. I think Tetsuo. Look up albino penis envy. I'm not so sure. Albino penis. What's going on with the chat? Ryan, what is going on? Why are we talking penises suddenly? What's happening here? What's up with you and albino penises? I don't understand. What? Says Karma Toast. Ah, me too. Chat's been off the rails a bit today. It's not pen. It's not penis. It's not penis. Ryan says it's not penis, honey, so it's okay. VLC is bad for Vox. Jakob, how's your Drambo journey going? Oh, my Drambo journey has kind of stopped. Not because I don't like the app. It kind of stopped because I've been into all other projects I've been trying to do. And whenever I do something with Drambo, it always turns into me just... it Drambo is a rabbit hole, okay? Drambo is a rabbit hole. Drambo is the rabbit, and I'm following it like Alice. Have you got admin monitoring this? No, I don't have any admins. I don't. What did you think about the new iPad mini? ALM? I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. It looks like it could be something good. Actually, it looks like it could be pretty good. Drambo is too deep and scares me. Well, listen, I've been trying to make a video that would ease people into Drambo because it deserves to be tried at least once, I think. And even though it is deep, there's a bunch of patches out there on patch storage and people sharing stuff online. I mean, you could get by using what's in there. And whenever you need to make something yourself, it wouldn't have to take that long, and I want to do something about that. You need more mods. More mods? I don't have any mods, so I think I need at least one mod, but I've been very reluctant to ask anyone to do it because it's a job, and I can't pay anyone because I don't have enough money for it, which is why I don't have mods, which is why we talk about stuff that relates to penises, even though it's not penises, apparently. Ryan, I'll mod. Wait. So I'm gonna ask the penis person to penis person? What? Sorry, Ryan, I didn't mean to say that. I'm gonna ask the person talking about penises to mod my chat. That could be fun though. That could be fun. But I'm an anarchist. I don't have a problem with that. I grew up with punks. Ryan. I'm used to anarchists. I'm used to that. Like I've had them around me. I've slept with That sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. It doesn't mean what you think it means. Okay. I'll take it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Drambo works with MIDI. I just wish I had more more Octatrack like physical interface. Octatrack. You mean like Octatrack? Octatrack. You mean like Electron, right? Electron. You want controls like the Electron device. Is that what you're talking about? I'm willing to go so deep that I scare myself. Okay, I can see what's happening with chat here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna round this up and I'm gonna stop the stream here real soon. So before I get a mod, I might have to stop the. Every time people start getting a little bit comfortable in here, we start talking about penises. I don't know why, but let's not make this into a squash fest, huh? See, there are other words we can use. Squash is a good thing. Uh, I only have that word. That's the only one I have. Apologies. Don't worry about it, Ryan. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, do you use the Digitac? Anyone know if version 2 is around the corner? I don't use the Digitac myself, but I've been trying to buy one for ages, and now I just can't afford it, even if I could find one. But I like the way it is. Electronic music needs more gender diversity, and I think that will happen in the future. I mean, uh, the generation where I'm from, I mean, I'm 42, so the generation from where I'm from, it's pretty much a dude fest most of the time, right? That's what it is. But I try to be as inclusive as I can, because I don't care about people's stupid genders. I don't care about it. I don't care about your hair color, your skin color, if you have tats or not. It's all dumb and stupid, and doesn't matter when it comes down to being creative. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. So I want to be inclusive. I want to be inclusive. I want everyone to feel welcome. I don't want ever want to drive anyone away, because I know what it is like being outside of a group. Okay, when people group up, I know exactly what that feels like. Way too well. So let's not do that. That's not what we do. That is not what we do. We go out there. We kidnap. We don't kidnap people. We bring people into the fold. Not with force. We open the door. The door is open. Walk right in. All right. Okay. I think I've gotten some ideas of what you expect for this event thing, and I'm sorry to say, but we're gonna have to talk about it again. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write this down into a cleaner format, and I'll present it to you during the next stream, and we can talk through it some more. I'll also try to contact some people and see who would be willing to get onto a thing like this, and then we really need to decide on a date. And someone said, why focus on this year? I know. Why not wait until next year and make it into something, right? Yeah, I know. But I think it would be fun to see what we could do in a short amount of time. If we do it towards October or in November, if we do it then. I want to do it during autumn. I think it's a good time. So let's try it. Halloween weekend is perfect. We can try that. We'll talk about it more next stream. We'll do that, and I'll present to you that thing. So I'm not putting out any votes yet. Let's hold that off. I was too early with that last stream. I feel better now that I know exactly what you want. I have not. Yeah, I've been more worried about this than I needed to. But yeah, either way. I want to ask you, is there a Hoya plant behind you there? A Hoya plant? I have to Google that. Hoya plant. So I know what that is. Not house plant. Oh, Google. What are you doing? Hoya plant. Yes, it is a Hoya plant. Porslinsblomma, yeah, it is. I got one like that from IKEA. A Hoya plant? A monkey tree? A mixer makes sense. Namaste, namaste. Well, there we go. I want to thank all of you who have been sitting here, and everyone who has not been talking. Who is still listening or watching. I know that you're there, and I want to thank everybody for joining in, because you make these streams worth doing. Okay, without you, it wouldn't be worth it. And I'm really happy that we got to talk through this thing. I want to do this event. Even though it would be a good thing to wait until next year, I think we can still do something. And even if it fails, we can learn from that and make it better for the next time. So let's do that. Let's do something. And then Accurate Beat comes in again and says I missed most of the stream. That happened last week. I'm so sorry, man. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see you. Enjoy the chat. Thanks for letting me nerd out with y'all. Yeah, I'm really happy that you've been. Oh, he's been here. He has been here. Oh, I missed you. I missed you coming in earlier. I'm sorry, man. I thought you ended up like the last time. Wasn't it the last stream? You're like, oh, I missed the whole thing or something like that. I've been missing your streams. Have you done more streams, by the way? You should send off a message to me. Raft. You know, I actually did that during one of your streams and you didn't even see it. You didn't see it. I'm rafting you too. So bye everybody, and yeah, let's talk about this next week. I'll tell you exactly everything I've written down and the people I've talked to. Let's make something happen, okay? During autumn, let's make this thing happen. Thank you so much, Jakob haQ Live. I'm gonna sign off now, and this time I'm gonna try to end the stream without being so weird about it. I'll do a live stream next Sunday. Next Sunday. Send off a message to me before you do, so I don't miss it. Thanks for the live. Yeah, thank you. Bye bye everyone. And as usual, I wish you a very productive week. Now go finger all of your stuff and have a lot of fun doing it. And this is me trying to end this stream. And there we go.